Everyone knows Steve Jobs. I know him as the man in the black turtleneck that introduced iPhone and changed the world forever. But very few people truly understand how he made it. Meanwhile, what were the things that made him different? What were his secrets in business? In today's video, we'll break it all down. We'll not just focus on the success alone. We'll look into the principles, mindset, and strategies that he used to build one of the most valuable companies in the world. Oh yes, we'll also take a short trip to his personal story because that's where it all started. I'm sure you don't want to miss any part of this video, so stay with me till the end. It's Jude Ayanwu here. You are welcome. Let's start with his early life and struggles. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 and was adopted shortly after birth. His real parents were university students who couldn't raise him, and Steve grew up in California close to Silicon Valley. He was curious and a bit of troublemaker and loved electronics. It was in high school that he met Steve Wozniak, who happens to be his future business partner. But the surprising thing was that he dropped out of college just after one semester. He said because it was costing his parents too much and he wasn't seeing the value. Though he continued to sneak into classes that interested him, like calligraphy, which later influenced Apple's unique fonts and design style. Fast forward to 1976, when Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started Apple in his parents' garage. They built the first Apple computer and sold it to local computer store. That was the first sale that changed everything. But Jobs' secret was that he saw what others couldn't. He always said, people don't know what they want until you show it to them. And that was the mindset that shaped Apple's entire business model. So before we continue, I would like to inform you that this is a new channel I just created. My first channel got into trouble with the platform. So if anything pertaining business is your area of interest, this is the best channel for you. Meanwhile, what this channel does is to teach you everything you need to know about business. We've also created playlists that covers business growth, business reviews, and honest opinion about business. This will enable you make a good choice of business to start either now or in the future. And in case you already have one, we'll be bringing you best strategies that you can use to grow your business to that level you've always desired. So once again, you are welcome. Kindly hit the like button so that more people will get to see this video, and subscribe to the channel so you will get to see our subsequent videos. Let's talk about his business principles, which were the real secret to his business success. Number one, simplicity is power. Jobs believed less is more. He always pushed for simple design, clear functions, and no unnecessary features. Take a look at Apple's iPod. It has one button. What about iPhone? It has clear, smooth interface. His second principle is control the experience. Because Steve wanted full control from hardware to software to retail, that's why Apple makes its own devices, operating system, and even control the Apple Store experience. The third principle, focus on innovation, not imitation. Jobs always aimed to leap ahead and didn't want to copy others. His focus was innovation over competition. 4. User first. Everything Apple made was focused on experience, how the product felt, and not just specs. And the fifth principle, say no to 1,000 things. He said focus isn't about saying yes, it's about saying no. He also said Apple would reject hundreds of ideas just to get one great one. Here is where it gets real. In 1985, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he created. He had conflicts with the board and John Sculley, who was the then CEO. Jobs didn't give up. Instead, he went ahead and started two new companies, Next and Pixar. Pixar went on to create hit movies, while Next created a new computer that is so advanced, and Apple ended up buying it later. It was that purchase that brought Jobs back to Apple in 1997, and that was where the real magic began. When Jobs returned to Apple, the company was struggling. They had too many products, they were losing money, and had no clear direction. Jobs cut off 70% of Apple's product and focused on few core things. And that was where another principle came in, focus deeply on what matters. Then came the iMac, then the iPod, then the iPhone. Looking closely, you understand he didn't just launch products, he launched ecosystem. He wasn't the easiest person to work with. He was known for being demanding, intense, and even harsh. But he had a gift of bringing the best out of people. He also had a knack for storytelling. In fact, every product launch felt like a performance. According to him, people remember stories more than specs. That's another lesson. He also loved simplicity in leadership, small team, clear vision, and direct communication. How Steve Jobs launched products was part of his business secret too. Let's talk about that. 1. Build anticipation. Apple kept things secret and that mystery made people curious. 2. Tell a story. He didn't talk about processors. He told you how your life would change. 3. One more thing. The iconic phrase became a tool he used to introduce something unexpected. Jobs once said, marketing is about values. People buy why you do something, not just what you do. Steve Jobs passed away in 2011, but his ideas are still alive. Apple still follows many of his principles: simplicity, innovation, customer focus, seamless design, and quality over quantity. His impact is not just in devices, but in how we think about creativity, leadership, and value. Jobs taught us that business is not just about money, it's about meaning and making something that lasts. So, what can we learn from Steve Jobs? There are 7 important lessons I think every business owner should learn from him. And Jobs once said, we are here to put a dent in the universe, otherwise why even be here? That will be the end of this video today. Thanks for watching, and if you found it valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more business insights. See you in the next video.